Bronco fans and football fans alike. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. This is a special video, and this is Monday, March 22nd, 2021. Let's get started with a lot of Bronco news, and that's why I'm doing this on a Monday, and I'm also going to do it on a Friday. Don't get me wrong, guys. This is not replacing Friday's video. But there's a lot of Bronco news, and I didn't feel that it was worthy of me waiting until Friday because a lot of stuff is happening in the NFL right now. So I wanted to bring you the latest of what I've received since Friday. I'm going to start out with Phillip Lindsay. Now, Phillip Lindsay, as of last Friday when I brought the last video, Phillip Lindsay was a free agent, and he was basically shopping around or able to shop around for a team. Well, within 24 hours, less than 24 hours, Phillip Lindsay was and has signed with the Houston Texans. He signed a one-year deal worth $3.25 million. He's going to be in a backfield, guys, with a lot of competition. But Houston's looking to strengthen and solidify their backfield, so they brought him in. But the people he has to compete with are going to be the likes of Ingram, Johnson, Hilliard, and Howell. Now, I don't know anything about them, although I have heard of Ingram, obviously. But he's got very, very tough competition. But apparently Houston feels that he can come in on certain down situations, maybe use him as a wing out or a slot, or I'm not sure exactly what, but apparently they have hope for him on the Houston Texans. So as Broncos lose a guy in Phillip Lindsay, I wish him all the best in Houston. Just not when he plays us, if we have him on the schedule in the year 2021. That brings me to a huge signing by George Paton. The Broncos bolstered, let me give the guy's name. Sorry, guys. Kyle Fuller, a cornerback from the Chicago Bears. The Bears released him, and immediately I have to believe that Vic Fangio was on the phone or in person with George Paton saying, we got to get this guy. So the Broncos bolstered their cornerback position by signing Kyle Fuller to a one-year, $9.5 million contract with $9 million of that guaranteed. So apparently they feel that that if they're going to guarantee him that much money, they feel that he's going to be a huge impact. Now, Fuller, like I said, comes from the Chicago Bears, where Fangio knows him well. In fact, Fangio was their defensive coordinator when Fuller was in having some great years over there. So that's a great, great fit, because not only does Fangio know Fuller, but he can use him in some great situations. And so now the Bronco defense, in their back end of their defense, with the safety Simmons signing a 4-year deal, then they brought in Fuller and Darby on the corners. That really solidifies and strengthens the Broncos' defensive backfield. Now, I mentioned to you earlier that that Shelby Harris was signed. That they should say they kept him. They also picked up Miller's 5th year. So we got Miller, Chubb, and Shelby up front. We have Simmons and Darby and Fuller in the back. And our linebackers are strong too. So I have a very, very good feeling that our defense is going to not give up the points that we gave up last year. I mean, we gave up a tremendous amount of points last year, guys, on our defense. And obviously with our offense being skeptical and shaky and barely getting maybe 14, 17 points a game, we got our doors kicked in. So bringing in these guys and keeping our players, I think that is absolutely awesome when it comes to the Broncos defense. Now, we did lose an outside linebacker, and we lost Jeremiah Atachu. Now, Jeremiah Atachu left Denver as a free agent, and he signed with the Chicago Bears. So basically, the Broncos got Fuller and the Bears got Atachu. Well, Atachu signs. He signed a free agent contract. The amount wasn't disclosed. I didn't have that information, but and I'm not even sure it's a 1 year or multiple year contract. I'm not going to speculate that it's more than one. I don't know, so I'm not going to say that. But he leaves Denver last year. In playing 13 games, he got 5 sacks and 7 tackles for losses. So he was impactful, very, very impactful. But apparently the Broncos wanted to go in a different direction, and so they let Atachu walk, and he signs with the Chicago Bears. That brings me to Nick Foles. Now, we all know that George Paton has been really, really high on trying to get a veteran quarterback to push Drew Lock, to make Drew Lock better than what he is, if that's even possible. We don't know. I just got a feeling that Drew Lock's issues are between his ears. He has a talent on the field, but somehow, some way, it doesn't translate from his head to his arm or to anything else, even to his eyes. He can't see. So George Paton is looking for a veteran quarterback. Now, reason why I brought up Nick Foles is because George Paton is really looking into trading. I don't know if he's going to trade the number 9 spot, which I highly doubt. Nick Foles is not a first round draft pick compensation. So I'm assuming it's maybe going to be around a third, maybe fourth, maybe fifth, maybe a couple picks, like maybe a third and a fifth. Not sure. But he's looking into trading for Nick Foles from the Bears. Now, the Broncos have a lot of cap room, so it could be money involved as opposed to just draft picks. The Broncos' cap room is $37.07 million in available cap space. So they can go out and get a lot of free agents. They can sign, obviously their draft picks, but more importantly, he's really, really looking into trading for a quality veteran quarterback. And right now he's looking at Nick Foles from the Bears. Well, that brings me to Tiger Woods information. And this is kind of takes me back to a couple of videos I did involving a topic of Tiger Woods. Now, the crash investigators, if you remember, I mentioned that in this particular SUV, the Genesis SUV that Tiger Woods was driving, it has a black box on the car, similar to a black box you'd find on an airline, so that they can get information of what the airline's doing, or they can get information of what the car's doing. So the crash investigation has found the SUV's black box shows that Woods never applied the brakes in an attempt to stop. It also shows that he never even took his foot off the gas pedal. So therefore, it leads me to believe and speculate that I mentioned in previous videos that he has taken Ambien. And Ambien is a prescribed medication that is basically a sleep enhancer. It can keep you asleep for many, many hours. In fact, the effects can last up to 12 hours. So like I mentioned before, if he had taken it at 7:30 at night, or even 8:30 at night, or 9 o'clock at night, and then goes to bed at 10:30 or 11, well, the crash happened the following day at 7:30 in the morning. So if he is, let's suppose that he had taken the Ambien or something that caused him to be asleep at the time of speeding downhill to a curve to the right, and he doesn't execute that curve and go straight across the median, across oncoming traffic, which thank goodness nobody's coming the other direction, and then slams into a tree that's 8 inches of diameter and shears it off, well, that explains why the vehicle was able to shear off a tree with an 8-inch diameter, because Tiger Woods never took his foot off the gas and he never put the brakes on. So therefore, he's speeding downhill at whatever speed we don't know, but he is very, very, very fortunate to be alive. And the Genesis SUV was built extremely well to make sure that it keep the occupant inside from passing away. So that's the latest on the Tiger Woods investigation from the police department as to why there were no skid marks and just exactly what the car was doing when that accident occurred. Okay, this will take me to my last topic. And the last topic, obviously, I got my Avalanche hat on again. The Colorado Avalanche are on a 7-game winning streak, following their back-to-back wins against the Minnesota Wild. Now, that closed out their 9-game homestand, so now they hit the road, and they play tonight, 7 o'clock Pacific time and 8 o'clock Mountain time against the Arizona Coyotes. Now, the Avalanche are 3 points behind the Golden Knights for first, but they hold 2 games in hand. They played 2 less games than Vegas. So they need to take advantage of this opportunity to climb within 1 point of first place. Now, the Knights lost yesterday to the Los Angeles Kings. So that helped out the Avalanche in the sense that now they stay 3 points behind. So a win will give them 2 points and they'll be 1 point behind. So they need to win tonight. They need to take advantage of the Golden Knights' loss yesterday, and they need to keep the foot on the pedal and keep this winning streak going. Now, they've been playing extremely well. Their first line is just absolutely taken over with Landeskog and McKinnon. They've just been lights out. So they got to keep that pressure on, and they've got to take it to Arizona tonight. Now, it's going to be a little tough getting back on the road because they've had a 9-game homestand. They've enjoyed a week and a half in their own bed, in their own family, in their own environment and circumstances. But you got to do what you got to do. So they need to keep the pressure on, and they need to get this win. Okay, guys, that does it for this particular special midweek or early week video. I just wanted to bring you all the updates on the Bronco news, and I might be doing this from time to time, especially with free agency in full swing, and the draft coming up, and then all the OTAs. So I'll probably be bringing maybe 1 or 2 more videos in conjunction with my normal Friday. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Please be notified, subscribe and notify when videos do occur. That way you'll get it firsthand. Appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks so much, and have a great, wonderful rest of your week. We'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the Avalanche game tonight. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.